Hello, everybody. So I am going to be going over Chapter 8, Brief Exercise 8. Um, and with this, it gives us the data for three promissory notes, and it asks us to determine the missing amounts. So I kind of just re-put it on the Excel. The blue squares are um, the places that we need to fill in. So to start with, we'll figure out the maturity date for each of the notes. Um, so starting with April 1st, we're have a 60 days term. And so since we are dealing with days, we when the life of the note is expressed in terms of days, you need to count the days. And then with that, you omit the issue date, but you need to make sure to include the due date. So with this first one, we have April 1st is our the date of the note, and so we need to go 60 days from that. And so we have in April there are 30 days, and then so we need to omit the first day. So we have the 30 minus the first day, which leaves us with 29 days. And then continuing, we have May, which has 31 days. So when you add the two together, the 29 and the 31, that equals our 60 days total. So that 31st day in May becomes our maturity date. And so with that, you would put in obviously May 31st. The second one, the same idea applies. We have July 2nd, but it is only a 30-day note. So July has the 31 days. Then we omit the second and then the first, obviously. And so that leaves us with 31 minus those 2 days, which gives us 29 days. And to reach our 30-day, we need one more day in August, which puts us at August 1st. So that makes our maturity date for the second note on August 1st. The third one is a little bit different. Instead of days, we are dealing with months. And with months, when the life of the note is expressed in terms of month, the due date is found by counting the months from the date issue. So it's actually pretty simple. We just have March 7th starting date, and then we need to add 6 months to that. So we have April, May, June, July, August, and September. September would be 6 months after. Again, we just leave it at the 7th day of September, and that would be our maturity date. So we have September 7th. Next part of this problem, we need to find our total interest. We have the equation to find the interest as our face value of the note times the annual interest rate times the time in terms of 1 year. That equals our interest rate. So this first one, as we figure that out, we start with the face value, which is the principal amount right there, the $605,900. And then we're going to multiply by our annual interest rate, which is the 10%. And then the time in terms of 1 year. Again, we are dealing with days in this case. And so we have our 60 days, and then we need to divide that by 360 to make it in terms of 1 year. So we have 60 out of the 360 days. And so as we figure that amount, we come up with $10,098.33. It does ask us to round our answers to 0 decimal places. And so with that, we would round down, and we have $10,098. Second one is a little bit tricky because it gives us our interest rate, but we need to find the annual interest rate in this case. So in this case, we plug in the numbers that we have. The face value of the note, which is that principal right there, the $89,390. We're going to times our annual interest rate, which is what we are trying to figure out. So I just put an annual interest rate. And then we need to multiply that by the time in terms of 1 year. So this one is 30 days out of 360. So it's 30 divided by 360. And that equals our interest, which it gives us, in this case, $596. So as we figure this, to get the annual interest rate by itself, we need to divide this 596 by these other two amounts, the $89,390 times the 30 over 60. And as we plug that in and get the answer, we get our annual interest rate of 0.08, or in this case, 8%. This third note is similar to the first one, obviously. We have our face value of $113,890. Then we times our annual interest rate of 11%, times our time in terms of 1 year. In this case, we are not dealing with days anymore, we're dealing with months. And so it would be the 6 months divided by the 12 total months, gives us our time in terms of 1 year. And so as we plug those answers, or plug those numbers into our equation, then we get a total of $6,263.95. And we are going to round 0 decimal points, which gives us an amount of $62.64. And those would complete that problem. I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions or if I need to explain anything further, please let me know. But I appreciate it, and we will talk to y'all later. Thank you.